So before the break, we asked which president was born on the 4th of July. Mark and Ashley are here. Mark, first to you. What do you think?
I'm going to go with number 2, James Madison.
James Madison. Ashley.
I love the way you put this name out there, David. Calvin.
Not filing a lawsuit or ever going to court.
For your free legal consultation, call 1-800-209-4389. That's 1-800-209-4389. I'm a non-attorney spokesperson.
Hi, I'm Jane King, and this is New to the Street, in person back here at the NASDAQ market site in New York City. This show is all about public, private, blockchain companies, the CEOs, the founders, and the innovators, bringing you lots of opportunities to consider. Here we go. Glintpay is a one-of-a-kind app that uses gold as real currency to pay for goods and services. And in fact, millions of merchants and over 2 million ATMs in more than 200 countries accept the Glint card. And with me is CEO Jason Cousins to talk to us about Glint. So I've always been fascinated with this product because it's so unique. We've done a couple interviews. Just bring me up to date. What's been the latest in the past month or so since we spoke?
Well, I think we were talking about the cost of living last time as well.
Well, and we know that's going up.
Yeah, I mean, this last week they've announced that it's at 7.5%. So that is out of control.
That's right. Well, and some people even think that that's low.
I know.
If you look at housing, it's up 19%, meats up 30%, so
absolutely.
That's the number the government gave us, so it's still high.
Yeah, and interestingly, actually, when we look at our client accounts, the amount of gold that they have in their accounts over the same time that inflation has gone up to 7.5% has also increased by 30%. So our clients are very aligned with what we're doing at Glint, and they're aligned with the threat of inflation.
So was that kind of the big picture for you? The gold was just a store of value, and so many monetary systems are so uncertain right now?
That's right. I think in 2008 I realized that a bank isn't a risk-free deposit of money, and I also realized that the money doesn't maintain its purchasing power over time. In fact, the US dollar in my lifetime has lost more than 80% of its purchasing power, and this is before this latest inflation surge that we're seeing now, which I think maybe is the end. We're not seeing the end of that yet.
No, it doesn't. We still have the same issues. We still have supply chain issues and labor shortages, all the things that are contributing, government spending,
that's right,
that are contributing to this. So, so tell me about, and I know you have before, but just for people who haven't seen it, the Glint card. How does it work?
Yeah, so with Glint, we've enabled for the first time ever gold as everyday money. So you simply download the app, we send you a debit card, MasterCard, and you can deposit money in there and buy gold. You can buy as little as 1 cent's worth of gold or millions of dollars worth of gold. And we've made it easy to save, to spend, and to send. So you can literally walk into your grocery store and buy your groceries with some gold.
Right, no, and that's fascinating. And so the retailer or the restaurant or whatever doesn't know. They just know the transaction has gone through.
Yeah.
It's subtracted off your gold balance.
That's right.
Right, and it's just easy. I was with you once for lunch, and you paid in gold, and it's super easy.
We're on our own personal gold standard.
Yes. Well, we may need to be someday. So you have a new partnership. Do you want to talk about that?
We do. We're really excited, actually. One of the world's biggest global producers of precious metals has just invested in Glint. So I'm very pleased to say they've invested. It's Sibanye-Stillwater.
Okay.
They're listed on the Johannesburg Stock Exchange and also here at the New York Stock Exchange. And they're very focused on ESG and sustainable mining.
Oh wow, that's great. So what does that mean for Glint, this partnership?
Well, I think what's really interesting is it connects the kind of sustainably mined gold that Sibanye produce with everyday money. That's really what I think the partnership can give us in the long term. You've got to remember that what Glint is doing is we're building a gold-based alternative to banking, payments, and money. And we have the capability and we have the opportunity and now the funding as well to build out a global gold-based financial payments ecosystem.
Wow, and you're already in 200-something countries, right?
That's right.
That's about every country in the world.
Well, we're capable of issuing accounts in over 200 countries, and we can issue our card. We've been issuing that in 37 countries, including the UK, Europe, and the USA.
Okay, so what is the future hold for Glint? And this is a major partnership, so I feel like this could launch you into some great things.
Yeah, it can. We're really, really excited about what's possible. And as I said, this gold-based financial system that we're building, there's an alternative to banking, also to the existing banking system, but also to cryptocurrencies, is really, I think, what the world's been needing. Is they want this alternative. Everyone trusts gold, and everybody knows it's a great store of value. And with everything that's going on in the world right now, we want to give people that reliability. And I think the partnership with Sibanye helps us deliver on our vision of a world where everyone has an equal opportunity to prosper. And we're doing that by delivering this reliable form of money.
And you mentioned crypto. There's no crypto involved in this?
No, none at all.
Okay.
No. Cryptocurrency, the people involved in that have a similar vision to Glint, which is a reliable form of money. But we do it with gold. We don't see why we need to reinvent the wheel, so to speak. We've enabled it with our cutting-edge fintech to enable gold as money. And I bought my flight here. We're in New York. It's great. I bought my hotel here. I've been to Denver and Salt Lake City with our teams. Are there.
And you used the card the whole way and did it. I actually signed up for it. I haven't put any money in it yet, but I do have an account. So that's
get some money in and start protecting yourself from inflation. Yeah,
I know. Okay. So, thank you. So, and just give everybody an idea of how do you sign up for it? Somebody's interested. Where do they go? How do they do this?
It's really easy. Well, first of all, you could go and look at our website to get more information. So that's at glintpay.com. But of course, we've got an Android and an Apple iOS apps. So you can just go to your favorite app store, download it. It only takes 3 minutes in most cases, to register. And then you'll be up and running in no time.
Yeah.
So,
it was pretty easy for me to do it. I just need to get the money over there. So
excellent.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Jason.
You, Jane.
Always good to see
nice
you,
to speak
and
to you.
Always interesting to hear your updates.
Thank you.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Cyber attacks are a global threat affecting consumers and companies. Whether you're using your computer or mobile device to bank, shop, or work remotely, your privacy and corporate data are at risk. For over 20 years, Strikeforce Technologies has developed some of the world's leading cybersecurity solutions. Millions of users around the world have put their trust in us to protect what matters most. Your privacy and data are your business. Protecting it is ours. Visit StrikeForceTech.com today.
Clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
GLOW represents the illumination of a crypto decentralized finance space through education and charity. And the guiding principles are unity, clarity, and security. And with me, Brian Lawrenson and Adam Beer, the CEO and CFO, right?
Yes,
I got that right? So, and founders. You're both founders of the company, too.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know we talked once on Zoom. Great to meet you in person. Just give me summarize what GLOW is all about.
So GLOW, we're a token that gives back. We're all about our community. We have a charity and we also have a lottery. So we have a couple different things that are, I guess, working for us to help, give to the community. We are a passive income, dividend giving token. 10% of all transactions actually go back out to the holders in the form of BUSD, which is a stable coin.
Okay.
As far as the charity goes, we have a monthly charity vote that is actually picked by the community. They pick all the selections, and at the end of the month, we cut a check. We actually try to go out and meet the people that we give the charity check to, and try to connect on that personal level.
So that's the true decentralization, is the community picks through a vote, I guess, right?
And our first charity, which was in December, went to a community member, Keith. And now the January charity is going to Kika in the Netherlands. It's a child cancer-free center. So I'll be flying to the Netherlands on Sunday to go donate that personally. And
this sounds like a kind of a fun thing too. You get a little travel and.
And when we do it, we try to go online and share that experience with everybody, because everybody that bought into GLOW is a part of that donation. So.
Now you're based in Georgia, right?
Yes.
But you're global. These are global charities, so.
Yes, ma'am.
It doesn't have to be in the United States or.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And our community, our investors are global, so. They all get a voice in where the money goes, and it's their company. That's the way I look at it.
So let's say I put $1,000 into GLOW, then what does that get me? I get to vote, right, on the charity, and what else?
So you'll get a percentage of every buy and sell. There's a tax on it, 15% tax, and 10% goes back to every holder in BUSD, like Brian stated. And then a percentage goes to the charity, and then we also have two lotteries. We have an hourly lottery that whatever the amount is at that hour, it goes out to a random holder. And then also we have a $10,000 lottery, and that goes out when it hits 10,000. We have a live draw on. So.
And that goes to the token holders.
Yep.
Okay, got
Yes,
it.
ma'am.
So Safe Moon, right? It's like a key partnership that you're announcing.
Yes.
What is Safe Moon? How does that help GLOW?
So we just partnered with Safe Moon, awesome community. They have one of the best communities that I've seen besides our own, and they are kind of the pioneers in reflection tokens. They have their reflections go out in their own token, but they emphasize their specialty is security, convenience, right? They bring that to crypto as a whole, and they're really changing the game and how crypto's looked at.
And they got one of the strongest communities that I've ever got to meet with and personally speak to. Their community is around 700,000 holders.
Oh goodness!
Very close. They're a very large community. Super great people. I mean, just all of them have been, very friendly. We actually got to do a couple AMAs with them. Not necessarily on the Safe Moon side, but with some of their community hosts. We done a podcast the other night. It went well. We got to speak to around 7,000 different holders. We got a actual AMA with Safe Moon at the beginning of March for their Safe Moon Sunday, and we get to speak on there or speak with them. It's pretty exciting.
What's an AMA? Explain.
It's basically a question and answer session. It's where you get to actually talk about your project, your token, explain to their community what we are. We can show them, the full transparency of the company, explain to them, kind of like we do here, teach them about our token.
Well, thank you so much, Brian and Adam, for coming to the stock exchange and explaining that.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
Keeping your four-legged friends healthy can certainly be a challenge, especially with painful joint diseases like osteoarthritis. If you see a change in your animal's mobility, contact your veterinarian and don't wait. Today, veterinarians have a new tool against joint disease. Introducing Spring with OsteoCushion technology. The natural-derived product has the ability to help your animal move more freely. Put the spring back in their lives for a longer, happier life.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security. Secure is a private and secure messaging and email solution hosted in Switzerland, using proprietary military-grade encryption and Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy. Secure doesn't collect or sell your data and doesn't require your phone number or any personal data that hackers target. You can message and email non-secure users privately without the need for others to download Secure. Visit secure.com. Regain and protect your privacy today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Anna Berry, and this is New to the Street. Let's welcome Vulcan Forged, a blockchain-based game studio and NFT market. Its CEO, Jamie Thompson, is joining us today. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you very much, Anna.
Happy to have you join us today. And you're joining us from Greece. Your headquarters are there. Lucky you, man.
I know. Everyone does say that, but unfortunately, the heat does get a bit boring after a week or so. But yeah, compared to the UK, it is a heaven.
I understand that. All right. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and your history and what you've created at Vulcan Forged.
Sure. Well, I guess we were a game studio first. We sort of made the transition to blockchain a couple of years ago, where we kind of saw the potential of NFTs pretty much a bit of a time before some of the bigger NFT sites came about. So we're a little bit ahead of the curve there, but no one was really sort of biting the bait. So we kind of packed that up and went back into gaming. And then we saw the NFT wave come back again. And we thought, right, we need to sort of really get back on where we were. So I guess we just make games mostly. And we sort of add the ownership of NFTs to these games. We've got Vulcanverse behind me, which is like a big virtual world where you can own beasts and swords and shields and sow your land and build your land sort of. And I guess that's what we kind of see the metaverse is. It's sort of a virtual world which has got an economy inside it.
Well, and let's dive deeper into that, because I think, at least for myself, I'm getting more used to the word metaverse, right? But what does it really mean for myself as a consumer? And what does it mean for you as a company?
Yeah, well, it's a good question. I think the term metaverse is so new. It's undefined still. I think everyone's sort of trying to get not even an understanding of it, but trying to get a sort of definition from it. You've got the likes of Facebook and I think Sony and Microsoft are kind of going down the whole holograms, VR, augmented reality kind of sort of way of a metaverse, like a futuristic world. And you've got sort of companies like myself, which are going down the blockchain route, which is like the idea of ownership and an economy within these virtual worlds. So I think it's still yet to be defined. I don't think for a consumer, I think they're probably going to ignore it for the most part for the most of the year until there is some sort of solid idea of, who's doing what's in the metaverse, what does it mean, what are the cool people doing. So yeah, it's all very much sort of it's in its roots at the moment.
Well, let's hash out this gaming market, right? So it's 2022. What are some cool technologies that you all offer, and what separates you from the competition? Why would someone jump into the Vulcanverse?
Yeah, well, I mean, again, I think last year we had the sort of view that like games an enormous market and cryptocurrency and blockchain's an enormous market. Let's combine the two and create like an even bigger market. But what we've seen over the year, especially with our own communities, and we've seen some responses from bigger gaming companies for them introducing NFTs, is that they're very distinct markets. A lot of gamers don't want or need, and actually some of them are very hostile to the idea of NFTs playing a part in the games. They just want games. They don't care if they own it. They don't care about blockchain. Whereas the crypto gamers sort of care more about how much can they earn. So you've got these kind of two different sort of demographics. which we thought would combine into one bigger one, but it's not the case. So games like Vulcanverse, which I wouldn't even call it a game anymore. I think it's more of a sort of virtual world where there is an economy within it. I think this is a whole new demographic coming out from within. So competition-wise, it's very small. I mean, you've got ourselves, you've got Sandbox, Decentraland. You've probably only got 4 or 5 functional metaverses in the blockchain space still, so it's very early. And I think a few of us probably thought in the back of our mind, maybe the big game studios will come out and sort of trounce us with these amazing sort of graphics and teams, but it seems to be the opposite. Like the gaming market aren't so interested in the blockchain gaming sphere.
Well, you seem to have great graphics, right? So tell me a little bit about your approach to this, because it was really fun going down the rabbit hole, researching what you are and how does where you live influence it? Obviously, you're in Greece, and this has kind of that Greco-Roman style to it. I mean, I personally want to just jump on in and put on a crown and just rule the world. Is that kind of how you entice people?
Yes, absolutely, Anna. Well, thank you for the compliment on the graphics, and you have every right to jump in and rule the world and try your best. I mean, that's the one beautiful thing about Vulcanverse specifically, is that you can start to play with no money, and you can work your way. It's called a grind. You sort of forage a few materials, sell them, and you can literally work your way up to a king or queen in your case, and rule the world. So I guess. Yeah, that's the appeal for where we are. And I guess the difference between us and other metaverses, of course, we're good friends with all the other sort of metaverses, so we wouldn't say anything negative about them, is that we obviously do have sort of better graphics and better gameplay, and it's more an immersive experience. But again, as we've gone on, we found out that isn't the essential reason to keep people. The reason people are involved in Vulcanverse, yeah, the graphics are cool, and Greco-Roman mythology is really cool, it's just a sense of sort of economy and community, owning things, trading things. It is like a real life, but within a virtual world. So I think that's the real appeal of it all.
So you're on point with what you're doing. And thank you so much for joining us again on New to the Street. And we look forward to seeing what future updates you have in store for us.
Pleasure. Thanks for having me.
All right. Thank you all for watching.
Here at Glint, we're making money fairer. How? By using gold. Glint lets you store, exchange, send, and spend multiple currencies, including gold, through a simple iPhone or Android app. You can spend your currencies and your gold in small or large amounts using the Glint MasterCard. Register for your Glint account today by downloading the app from your favorite app store. Glint, the global currency.
Growing clones in-house can severely drain both quality and costs for cannabis and hemp businesses. PharmaGreen Biotech is the key to growing high-quality plantlets. PharmaGreen services includes premium tissue-cultured starter plantlets and live preservation of any plant species. Grow into the future of optimized plant growth with PharmaGreen. See our update at update.pharmagreen.ca.
FaithTribe is an open source design platform to empower and reward independent creators in the metaverse and the physical realm. And with me is the founder and CEO, Wahid Chamas, to explain what FaithTribe is all about. So let's just start there, Wahid. First, welcome. Great to see you. And
thank you for having me.
Just tell me, what is FaithTribe?
Yeah, so FaithTribe is a community. Okay, FaithTribe is what we used to call our community for 21 years, because Faith Connection really is a very different brand. It's a high-end brand, but it's exciting. It's the only one that really pioneered open source fashion. And what that means is we allow designers and artists from all over the world to contribute to our clothing and our fashion designs. It's very different to say Gucci or Prada, et cetera. They're very exclusive, great brands, but we like to think of ourselves as very inclusive. And so when we, for 21 years, had all these great artists in Miami, in New York, in London, and Hong Kong, we called them the tribe. And not until last year, we were at the right place at the right time with this huge boom in NFTs and, you know, the whole concept of individualization and customization of digital art, where we, in a perfect position to say, hey, let's pivot to Web3 and let's do something out of this Faith Tribe. And let's really scale it up so that we could attract more than just the dozens of designers that we have all over the world in different cities, and actually bring it to hundreds, if not thousands of designers.
Yeah. Okay. So you started out as a fashion company, like Real World, right? And you're just pivoting, adapting. I mean, in fashion seems like a good industry for the metaverse and for Web3. It's good for it.
It is. It is. But, let me say this, right? We're very excited about the metaverse, but I have a very strong view, which is that the metaverse is only going to be relevant and cool when it really relates to the real world too. Okay, a lot of people think that it's just one big giant pivot. It's not, because if you think about the metaverse, they're really after experiences that we enjoy in real life. The brands that are really taking off on the metaverse are, frankly, brands that exist in the real world.
Right.
And we also believe that having a physical and digital twin is very powerful. So we're doing a very big concert on hopefully Decentraland in a few weeks. And when we do the merch, it's fun to buy the merch on the metaverse, but it's even cooler when we send that jacket or that hoodie to your doorstep as well. So you can actually wear it to a nightclub or a bar or lounge. And so we really believe in that omni experience. Yeah. And I'll also say that we have competitors, but all our competitors are digital only. There are many open source fashion designers, but no one is also producing clothing, physical clothing for independent designers.
Yeah. I love that theory of strong in the real world and strong in the metaverse, because I think you're right. I think we don't want to live I don't think we want to live entirely virtually. I think we want the metaverse as kind of a supplement to our real life, and they kind of work together to strengthen each other. So I think that's really interesting business philosophy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Now you mentioned there were some competitors, but they're not doing things in the real world. They're just strictly Web3 plays.
Yeah, the open source design platforms are all Web3. And then the real world companies, the big luxury companies that are doing NFT drops, but only for their own brand. Okay. So it's interesting. We've got the competition in the real world and we've got the competition in the digital world, but no one's actually bridging for independent designers both worlds. If you're an independent designer and you want to have a permissionless opportunity to design your own clothes, the only opportunity right now is to go onto the metaverse. But if you come to us and you actually want to have a scaled opportunity to buy leather, and inflation is going through the roof, it's very hard for an independent designer to make something that's cost effective, okay, when they're buying such small amounts of leather or knitwear or tweed. So bringing that scale and then bringing the scale to the e-commerce marketplaces so that we can actually push marketing for them. And then even minting NFTs for them is something very fun. So many great designers have no idea. I'm a great designer. How do I actually make it in the business of fashion? So I'll leave you with one quick thing. Uber, what a great company. So Uber, if you have a car, you have the will, you get the software, and you're in business. And we want to think of it the same way. So you come onto our ecosystem, and with our token, with our community, you can access design tools, mint NFTs. We produce the physical product for you. We sell you on the metaverse and in the physical.
Well, this is all very interesting. Wahid, thank you so much. I look forward to, talking more about this, because I find the metaverse very interesting and how it can be a business play and change how we live. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Jane. Appreciate it.
I've been at Fox Business for 12 years because I'm invested in my viewers big time. There are smart people on Wall Street making money off all of this. Why can't you? We care about your success, and we want to be a part of it.
Fox Business, invested in you.
I knew I had to take charge of my life. I didn't recognize myself. Now with Jenny Craig, I've lost 27 pounds and 3.5 inches.
Introducing the revolutionary Max Up, the one-stop, most effective weight loss solution. Limited time offer. Join now.
Jewelry, the perfect gift. While many jewelers are short on stock, the Jewelry Exchange makes their own and has everything. Diamond bands, just $149. 1-carat hoops, $5.99. Tennis bracelets, $4.99. And 1-carat studs, $5.99. Buy factory direct and save. The Jewelry Exchange.
To continue with my business and at the same time to be able to improve myself.
Our customers are often astonished by how much money they can get for what's just sitting around the house. We buy the full range of fine jewelry and watches, as well as gold, silver, and platinum coins and bars, and collectibles.
People like selling to Leo Hamel because it is safe, secure, and confidential.
We're a local San Diego institution, People have grown up here knowing that we're a family business that cares about our customers and offers great service. If you're not wearing and enjoying it, it's time to sell it.
Some customers have jewelry that they're not sure is real. We do the evaluation on everything happily. There's no need to be embarrassed.
It's easy. You come in, we evaluate your watch or jewelry, and you walk out with money. You never know what you have until you bring it in. When we evaluate your watch or jewelry, we do it as a whole, not just how much weight in gold or diamonds, but as the treasure it is. We make your jewelry or watch look like new and give it a new life as someone else's treasured heirloom.
Come see us.
Dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired. Affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help pay for over 350 covered procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures.
SBC, the European bank, had worried about the potential of a contagion. Are you worried about that?
Well, we're always worried about contagions from anything, and obviously geopolitical events is one of those things. Our exposure in Russia is very limited. We have a business there that operates in the capital markets and investment banking and corporate banking, but it's a very small exposure to us. But you do worry about other people have bigger exposures you have exposure to. But frankly, through all the work we do on counterparty management in our company and across our industry, frankly, since the financial crisis, the understanding of where the positions are, the exchange-traded positions versus bilateral positions not known, all that works to make sure the regulators and ourselves know where the exposure is, and we all work to mitigate it in times of stress, and this is one of those times.
You know, it's been a volatile time for the market, for virtually all sectors. This coming, you know, when interest rates rise, the feeling was that banks would benefit in an environment like this, yours included, and now you have this cloud with the Ukraine. How do you see this all factoring out?
Well, it's hard to predict something that's completely, not within the control of the banking system. But if you think about it, more backing up more, Neil, to your point, just be clear about it. We saw 6% growth round numbers in the United States last year. The expectation is 3.5% to 4% this year, and next year, meaning 23, it would come more in line with trend growth at 2.5%. And that's because the economy got overheated with the fiscal work that was done by the administration, the Trump administration, the Biden administration, and helping put lots of money in the economy to offset the impact of the pandemic, and then obviously the monetary accommodation, and that's not needed anymore. And so the Fed is going to move rates up, and that will bring the economy more along trend growth lines and hopefully deal with inflation and deal with it well. When you have something like these geopolitical events come in, that creates in a supply chain events, that those are creating additional uncertainty around the outcomes. But the reality is we feel good about the U.S. economy, what we see on our consumer base and spending, what we see in our corporate customers and borrowing, and credit availability. Everything is very strong. The capitalization of banks, the liquidity of banks. But the reality is things will ebb and flow. But if you look at it, the sector's in great shape to support the real